Charles Robert Darwin was an English naturalist and biologist, best known for his contributions to the theory of natural selection and evolution. Darwin was born on February 12, 1809, in Shrewsbury, a small trading town in England. As a child, he was interested very early in nature and spent every moment with insects and beetles. His father, Robert Waring Darwin, was a physician, and his grandfather, Erasmus Darwin, was a botanist, giving young Darwin high hopes for a successful life. Darwin went to Unitarian church every Sunday. This taught the unity of God, nature, and man. When he was 8 years old, Darwin and his 5-year-old brother Erasmus went to Unitarian school. They both did not enjoy it and enjoyed just studying nature more. The greenhouse next to their parents' home was converted to a chemical lab where the brothers did many experiments together. In between experiments, the brothers also enjoyed hunting and fishing. In 1825, Darwin went to Edinburgh to study to become a doctor like his father. During his time there, he learned the dissection of animals, which he found very interesting and later used in his scientific studies. However, after watching many operations his dad performed, he realized that he didn't want to become a doctor, much to his father's disappointment. As operations back then were performed without anesthesia, they shocked Darwin and turned him away from the profession. His father suggested that he study to become a priest, and Darwin went to study theology at the Christ College. While there, he also spent his free time studying the natural sciences. Eventually, John Stevens Henslow became his mentor. In 1831, he graduated and his life was on track to be a country priest. But the same year, he received an offer he could not refuse. The Royal Navy gave Captain Robert Fitzroy commission to map the entire coastline of South America. Darwin got a recommendation from Henslow to get a spot on the HMS Beagle, and on December 27th, he began his voyage. Almost immediately, he discovered fossilized oysters on the land and realized the Earth must be dynamic as the fossils were on land and not in the ocean. He later transferred his idea of dynamics to biology. The Galapagos Islands were very interesting for Darwin. Many of the observations he made there helped him form his theory of natural selection. The shells he observed on the turtles of the different islands all displayed different patterns. He soon realized that animals adapt over long periods of time. Finally, after 5 years of travels, Darwin returned home with over 3,000 pages of travel notes, 1,500 different species, 3,900 skins, and 12 catalogs full of animals and plants. Together with an ornithologist, he found that all of his birds had characteristics of finches, but many of their beaks were different. If they had to eat insects, their beaks were long and thin. If they had to eat seeds, their beaks were short and hard. Darwin could not figure out where the God was that has shaped everything as it is, and began to believe in evolution. He retired to the countryside, married his cousin, and together they had 10 children. But he still continued to research and experiment to help his theories. He refrained from publishing his work to the public because he was afraid of the public's reaction. He believed more and more that we were not a part of God's creation and that we evolved from the ape. Finally, in his older years, he published The Origin of Species on November 24, 1859. Unsurprisingly, this publication caused great turmoil and disputes between the church and scientists. Victorian society was revolted, and Darwin was portrayed as an ape. Darwin would eventually write 10 more books to defend his theories before he died. In these books, he supported his theories with his own examples. Darwin died on April 19, 1882. Centuries after his death, his observations were affirmed with the help of many DNA studies. Darwin put all of the laws of nature into one and showed that nature works by natural selection. His proposition that all species of life have descended over time from common ancestors is now widely accepted and considered a foundational concept in science.